The Curry Bros, also known as RELL Games, might be creating the greatest One Piece game to ever grace Roblox as a platform. Now, that's a massive statement to be making, but let's define what a One Piece game should have. First, you gotta have customization. You gotta be able to represent your character however you like. Different NPCs like pirates, marines, sharks, sea beasts, crackheads, giant animals, blacks, Asians, whites, Mexicans, Indians, we do not discriminate. Different fighting styles, fruits, legs, swords, foreheads, hybrids, guns, rifles, cannons, bazookas, machine guns. We just gotta represent all the desires we want when fighting. In addition to fighting, we need to have some good PvP combat, like parrying, dodging, combos, grabs, throws, knockbacks, slashing, deflecting, and a system that allows even fights without too many brain dead combos. Also, good PvE combat, so the PvP and PvE can translate into each other. For example, you could use the same combos in PvP when fighting mobs and bosses, so it's not as cheesable. Have some smart AI so they can move around and fight you and actually have aggro, and make it so mobs have abilities, because in the world of One Piece, there's a ton of enemies in there that have overpowered abilities that won't make fighting easy. Another type of combat could be ship combat. Then you could drive around a ship, shoot cannonballs, ram into them. You could customize it to your liking, provide challenging obstacles like different factions fighting, rough waters, sea beasts, storms, and a risk of sinking the boat, similar to that of Arcane Odyssey, because of course One Piece is like 60 to 70% on water, so why not have ship combat? Adding on to that, these games should have great animations, fluid but simple, and advanced and invigorating during like ultimates and cutscenes. And finally, off the top of my head, they should also have great visual effects and models. Anything that's noticeable, appealing to the audience with style, and nothing too over the top, so that mobile players and people who have bad PCs or computers can access the game. And that's all I could really think of. Actually, wait, maybe little mechanics like cooking, hunger system buffs, stamina, hockey duration, mob drops, chests, or even skill trees. And that may be a lot, but considering the constant upwards progression of Roblox developers and their skill sets, anything is possible in the long run, as long as there's commitment and dedication. But besides my rambling, let's get into RELL Games and their project RELL Seas. And once again, to take a look at what they've done so far, because even during the early stages, they've seemed to hit many of those standards that I listed. But anyways, before we get started, let me go ahead and say it right here, right now. Hit that like and subscribe button, because if you don't, while you're sleeping, Usopp will go into your room and sniff your ass with his big ass nose. And I don't know if you're into that, but if you're not, then it's free. Let's get back to the video. So, ever since the last video that I made, we stopped here where we were looking at the T-Rex and Kaido's animations, which was phenomenal, by the way. I will say that. Plus, they did sneak a little bit of the enemies we will see in the ocean, including the new sea beast mobs, the cow sea beast, and even a shark. I haven't really seen a shark in the anime or manga. I don't know if I'm tripping out, but it's very cool, very unique. I do love the models for these. It's different because there's 3 types now. Usually they'd only have the serpent, but since there's 3, you're gonna have more of a variety to fight. But damn, this T-Rex is one muscular son of a bitch, I will say that. Moving on from there, ever since then they did showcase a little bit of that M1 action, that combat. As you can see, it's not very fluid, not very like smooth. It's kind of like stiff, very similar to Shindo Life. Of course, that is their skill set, since they are RELL Games. They created Shindo Life, so they might keep the same animations or similar animations from Shindo Life towards this game. As you can see, the animations is what pops out the most in terms of the models and accessories. Like even the hair is moving very fluidly. We got the mochi animation right here, very fluid. It sticks to the mochi feel, because of course mochi is stretchy, sticky, similar to gum. And here's all the meshes for the fruits in the game currently. They are adding more. Here is in the animation for the shark. Look at the way the facial structure and the facial emotions actually pop out. The fluidness in the back with the tails is fantastic. You can see like you can even see the fins come to life. But what I love the most is the eye squint and the way the mouth is moving, because it feels so alive, you could say. Like the squint, it's looking for something. The mouth, it's actually breathing. So it's hunting. It's hunting. Here's some more sneaks of Venom. They've been sneaking Venom a ton. It's kind of like, it kind of has that low poly texture. They're probably gonna add more effects to it, because of course the VFX isn't added onto the model itself. This is only the model, but I'm pretty sure this is only one form of Venom, which is interesting because they're gonna add the Hydra form as well, as you can see right here. And even if it doesn't have the effects, the texture does fit how Venom should be, a liquid. But like I said earlier, they're adding boats. Hopefully there is boat combat, and that's like tested out to be actually good, because boat combat usually is a one-shot deal. I want boat combat to last a little bit longer than one-shots from fruits. Moving on, like I said, more Venom sneaks. That chest right here, oh my god, I would come. I came when I saw this. This was insane. The amount of detail and articulateness added to this chest is insane. Like the scratches, the little marks, the little dents. This is kind of a sneak towards how you you could get Sea Beast armor and drops in general. This is what the Sea Beast armor is going to look like. I don't really like the color scheme. It should have been dark armor and then a blue residue in the middle, because then of course that'll pop out a little more. I definitely do like the jaggedness, the sharpness. It fits the theme with sea beast scales and tooths. And speaking of the sea beast, this is how they will look like when they pop out of the water. Very clean, very smooth, very fluid. Their little spine thingy, their dorsal fins or whatever you want to call that, is messed up. The way they move, the way they breathe, is similar to the shark. It feels very vibrant or alive, you could say. And if you bring that to a game, more people will pay attention to it and be attracted to that look, because of course people are always out for the aesthetics. And then of course they released the first RELL teaser trailer. This was all about the meshes, the models, the in-game gameplay, the effects, sea beast, and just overall hypeness for the game. But that wasn't really the most crazy thing here. It gets crazier in teaser 2 and teaser 3, which is right here. I won't be watching all of this, but basically what happens is that they go over the combat of the game. They explain that there's going to be evasives, there's going to be air combos. Look at that, you could catch them while they're falling down from the air, which is pretty insane. I haven't seen that from any One Piece game at all. But yeah, like I said, evasives, dodging, parrying as well, which is a very good addition because that'll make the game a bit more fair when fighting. Like maybe you're losing, but then you parry, boom, you get back into the fight. They also have this little wall hit. I don't know what to really call that, but when you punch them into the wall, they gain a little bit of iframes, but they do get stuck there, which is really nice. A nice effect. I don't really like the fact that you could hit them even though they don't have the animations up. They also explain the swords have different effects, like the lighter ones, the katanas, they're faster, but they do a little bit less more damage and they have less range. Heavy swords, they have more range, more damage, but they attack way slower, if that's even correct grammar. But yeah, so far the combat does look pretty unique. Definitely has its own type because there's like cutscenes to it, there's ultimates to it. You have different mechanics with different weapons, air combos, dodging, parrying, etc. And I'm just overall excited for the way this game is looking in terms of combat, because that is the main thing you're going to be doing later on in the game anyways, unless they don't focus on that. But here's another little Kaido sneak. Very cool. Love the aesthetic, the little scales. And then there's Phoenix. It has that Marco look. I wish they made Phoenix look like your actual character, because that's how the fruit should be. But look at the way the animations are built. It kind of reminds me of GPO, of how smooth their attacks are. But hopefully the combat isn't like GPO where you can get one shot. But we'll see, we'll see. If they stick to the Shindo Life type feel, it might get a little cancerous. But here's some more sneaks with Venom. The Hydra looks amazing. Look how, oh my god, I don't know how to explain it, but the way it's moving up and down, kind of like a wave of liquids, is insane. The breathing, the stance, the amount of detail put into the animation. This looks a little wonky, but of course it is Venom. It acts like a liquid poisonish, so they're gonna have more reach, they're gonna stretch more, and hopefully it doesn't just stay as a mesh and there's actually a little bit of VFX put into it, so it looks like it's maybe dripping with venom to make it bring it to life a little more and capture its venomness, if that's a word. And then they also sneaked weapons, more so towards guns, and I'm really excited for this because we haven't really seen any One Piece game showcase any gun combat or any good gun combat at best. So if this comes out with good gun combat, which right here as you can see, recoil, range, reloading cycle, ammo system, bullet speed, it's in the combat system for each gun and they have their own skills. I'm excited because guns are actually going to be viable. People who want to play ranged but also close up at the same time are going to have fun with this. Here's another aesthetic shot of Leopard. It's kind of weird seeing them next to like these blocky people, but hey, the leopards just ripped. You guys say, what the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? That is disgusting. I hate that, but I love it at this. I like it, but I hate it, if you get what I'm saying. The teeth, god, I hate it. Here's Venom, the animations. We'll see more of this animations later on, but it's very smooth, very clean, very well made. The little twitchy effect on the top of the model and its face as well brings life to the character. They're gonna have 3D clothing. They're gonna add Enel Awakening, also known as the Rumble transformations, kind of like Buddha. So I'm excited for this. I've actually been waiting for this awakening for a long time on any One Piece game because of course Enel in that form was a menace, plus he could fly around and throw spears. So wow, why don't you want to be a big Buddha doing that? And then they also sneaked Gear 4 this early, which is pretty insane. But yeah, just it sticks to the fact that the game just wants to make us feel realistic at the same time for most zones and transformations at least, which I do like. Here's the transformation with Goro but with effects. You could definitely see it pops out a little more. And here's is the colored version of every fruit. Let me try to name them. Kilo, Magu, Leopard, Ice, Snow. I don't know what the hell that is. Don't know what that is. This is Kage. What is that giraffe? Why does it have a bunch of balls underneath it? It can't be Pog. Is that a pine cone? Why is Pico white? This has to be barrier. A peach? That can't be sand because this is a cactus. That's literally sand. Maybe human? But this one's a mushroom and it's brown, so that has to be human. This is Balmu. That's a Ope, Mera. What is that? That's not Kage or dark. This is dark. What's another purple one? Gravity maybe? We have Phoenix, Gura, Gomu, Smoke, Chop, I'm guessing. Don't know what the hell that is. We have Fish no Mi, also known as Dragon Fruit, and then String, and then Venom. Hopefully my predictions are right, but moving on from there. We have the Teaser 3 trailer, which they talk about the gun combat. Like I said, you could use it as range and close up, which is pretty insane. They also sneaked a little bit of that fruit combat, how they said there's deflections with bullets as well. I don't know if I can get the clip up here, but if they use the bullets, they could actually deflect them. As you can see right here, you could parry the bullets as well. But if he starts M1ing, as you can see right here, he just shoots it and deflects it. It's actually amazing, the mechanics that they added to this game. I've never seen any One Piece game or any PvP anime combat in general add this type of like mechanical system of like deflections, parrying, dodging, all into one game at least. And they also made it so like things bounce off a barrier, kind of like the minuscule fairy flies. As you can see, if you use fireflies right here, it just bounces right back and it does damage. I love that. I love that. And then of course in the end they showcased off Leopard. Damn, look at his, oh my god, look at his lats. He is built. And you could air combo with him, of course. That stance is amazing. I can't wait to just use this aesthetic looking beast in game. Giga Chad at most. And then Venom, it doesn't really have the effects, so that's kind of disappointing, but still keeps the same animations, so very fluid, very smooth. They also have the other Venom transformation. That would scare the hell out of me if that ran at me, I won't lie to you. They also have Goro. He's just flying around M1ing. That's so fun. Oh, I can't wait to fly around with Goro. They also have Kings. I'm pretty sure this is Soul King. They have Phoenix. Oh, they're doing DBZ battles mid-air. Who doesn't want to do that in a One Piece game? Everybody's gonna go fruit. I just believe so, because who doesn't want to be a giant Megazord fighting mid-air? I want to do that. I want to. But hopefully there is like a cooldown to it, or like a ultimate timer, because if you could stay in that time in that thing for a long ass time, that's gonna be broken. Anyways, from there, that's basically it. They showcased Eagle Fruit as well, a Zoan, and a little bit more of that Venom. What do you guys think about this game so far? The development, this is early, like I said, but the progression and the leaks they've been showing have been high quality, and I'm all here for it. So hopefully they take their time on this and make this game full of content, and then it might be considered as one of the best One Piece games to ever come out on Roblox.